Hello, this is Nick from PlanetReport.net. There's some news from Australia which is really quite interesting, and it's all about the Tasmanian tiger. Now, for those who've never heard of a Tasmanian tiger, it's not actually a tiger. Here is what a Tasmanian tiger was, and I did say was. It's more commonly known as a thylacine. Native to Australia, and it's a dog-like carniverous marsupial. And the reason it gets its name Tasmanian tiger is because it's native to Tasmania, which is an island part of Australia, but not the main island of Australia. And the tiger part is because it's got a striped back. That's it. It's not a cat. It's a carniverous marsupial. And it was first scientifically described in 1808. It was 100 to 130 centimeters in length, with jaws that would open up to 80 degrees wide. So it could have a mouth almost like an alligator. And it was a nocturnal hunter, and it could live to 5 to 7 years in the wild. It had a great ability to survive and hunt prey in extreme conditions, and it would eat up wombats and birds and other native animals. And being a marsupial, it obviously means it had a pouch to carry its young, like kangaroos do. And so the young would be born in the pouches and would be tiny and hairless, and they would remain in the pouch until they were fully furred. And the closest relative to the thylacine is a numbat or Tasmanian devil, which became the largest carnivorous marsupial after the Tasmanian tiger went extinct. They are believed to have been extinct on the mainland of Australia, like possibly 2,000 years ago or something, really long time ago. But they did exist on Tasmania and were there when the British settlers arrived. And as the island became more developed, there was obviously sheep farmers, and there was reports that the Tasmanian tigers were attacking the sheep, so the Tasmanian government put a bounty up for killing the Thylacines. And that, along with their declining habitat, their competition from wild dogs that had been introduced, and disease, led to their extinction. In quotation marks, we'll say extinction. The last living captive Tasmanian tiger died in Hobart Zoo in 1936, and it was declared officially extinct in 1986, decades later. In the post-war decades, various teams searched for the Tasmanian tiger, including using photographic searchers and camera traps, but found nothing other than some possible footprints, but they weren't very certain at all. And a naturalist by the name of John Gould predicted the extinction as long ago as 1863, and he wrote at the time, when the comparatively small island of Tasmania becomes more densely populated and its primitive forests are intersected with roads from the eastern to the western coast, the numbers of the singular animal will speedily diminish. Extermination will have its full sway, and it will then, like the wolf in England and Scotland, be recorded as an animal of the past. And unfortunately, that is what happened. However, next month, in April 2017, a new search is set to take place in Cape York, a peninsula in the country's northeast corner. The scientists are planning on using 50 camera traps to see if it can be found, because there's been some reported sightings of the Tasmanian tiger by a couple of people, including some Aborigines, at night time. Now, as I stated earlier, it's a nocturnal hunter. So even though it generally is considered to be extinct, you can never be sure, really, because it was an elusive animal pretty much anyway, and then it hunts at night, so you'd think it would come up. Now, the reason I might sound optimistic although pessimistic at the same time, because I think when things become extinct, it's almost hard to believe that something's vanished forever. The very, very last one is not even around. It's just, we knew it was on the planet and now it's not. So I think people do find it hard to believe. So there's always that hope that something that might be extinct is still around. But there is news from Asia regarding real tigers, and that, when I tell you about it in the next episode of PlanetReport.net, will explain why should never give up hope, because this story of these tigers in Thailand is quite amazing. So if you want to learn about that, subscribe to this channel, and if you've got Facebook, subscribe to the Facebook page. If you're on Twitter, follow the Twitter page, and please like this video, and hopefully it'll get a few views. So in the meantime, thanks for listening.